Yo, it's Awesomeisjayell, aka the biggest music artist in the universe, and we are back with another video. Let's go. We are back. We are back with another video. Today, we're gonna talk about the rivalry, man. The rivalry between BTC and XRP, man. Like it's been a lot of stuff brewing, right? It's been a lot of stuff brewing. If you are on the X platform, man, XRP, BTC kind of came out of nowhere and just started attacking XRP. Now, a lot of this really stems from Trump talking about the Treasury Reserve, man, the reserve for the U.S. Treasury Reserve, right? And I guess the BTC people or BTC maxis rather. It's not all of BTC. Let's not get it twisted, right? I think they feel some type of way because it has been mentioned that the reserve will be mainly geared towards American cryptos, right? As well as I think BTC is a part of it too. But now we have this, American crypto thing going on where Trump is talking about pretty much no capital gains tax. You know what I'm saying? So let's give it up for that. No capital gains tax on American cryptos, which is fire. That drop bomb on that. Which is fire. You know what I'm saying? That's super fire. It's super bullish for all American cryptos automatically. So, with everything gearing to explode with what's going on with XRP, the SEC case with them, the new administration is in office. Man, it just looks like a complete like 180, man. Like we're already up like 500%, in the last couple months. XRP is up like 500%. It's insane, man. But with that being said, right, it's a lot brewing. It's a lot of stuff brewing. Like I said, the BTC maxis, they just not with it, man. So with that being said, I do have an article or two to look at to show you what's going on X and some of the talk on X. I'm actually going to start off with this one in specific. This is really the biggest one I really wanted to talk about. Because man, it's just something that I kind of thought to myself, but I never really said out loud on a public platform, right? It's the idea that BTC can't crash, right? The fact that BTC is untouchable and everyone loves it and this and that and the third, right? But I always thought to myself in the back of my mind, like, yo, if BTC crashes, it's a wrap. And I'm not saying it's a wrap for all of crypto. I'm saying it's a wrap for people who was really on that train and that price is really high. You know what I'm saying? So think about people getting caught with their pants down. That's gonna be a black swan event in itself, right? But yeah, I just always kind of thought about that in the back of my mind. And I never really been a huge fan of BTC. While I respect BTC and what BTC got going on, right? When it comes to use case and things like that, I just, they're running around with the narrative that is, gold, digital gold. We're not buying it. It's not fast enough. The fees are high. It's just a lot of different things that kind of slows down the use cases for this crypto, right? It's basically a OG layer one. It's like the first OG layer one in the game. You know what I'm saying? That was actually successful. But with that being said, like when it comes to new age stuff like smart contracts and things of that nature, it has a difficult time displaying the use case when it comes to that. And you got to do all these branches and these splits and these like you got to pretty much pick the whole chain apart in order to do anything substantial. But that's my opinion, right? Let's go ahead and get into this article. This is actually by Ariel. I follow him on Twitter. I take him with a grain of salt, but he has a lot of great information. But you gotta take it with a grain of salt, like I said. And so in this article, he says January 31st, 2025, the real doomsday? Question mark. And it says, how many times have we covered Bitcoin being connected to dark money? Question mark. Tether is the only reason Bitcoin is so expensive. Once it is delisted, Bitcoin will tank in value. Now, he is not the only one that shares this sentiment. If you guys are familiar with USTD Tether, right? They pretty much been under attack, under scrutiny for a while when it comes to their treasury and what these stable coins are actually backed by, right? They're pretty much saying most of it is backed by Bitcoin, right? Don't quote me on that. I think so, right? I think they're saying their treasury is backed by Bitcoin. As far as what else is backed by, we have no idea, right? But one thing I do know is randomly they just mint coins over and over and over and over and over whenever they get ready, right? Today I heard that they minted like $1 billion USD, man. So let's look at that article real quick. We're gonna jump back into that article I was just reading, but let's look for that, right? USTD Tether news. Okay, we're gonna get into a bunch of news for them. Not a bunch. Get to the main thing. Okay, they want to slick kind of hide it. So let's take our time, look at it. There it is, right there. Tether mints 1 billion USTD on Tron blockchain. It's pretty insane, right? Now you gotta ask yourself, why are they doing this? What is going on? From time to time, Tether just mints as many, tokens as they want to, right? It's crazy because they've been under scrutiny and attack from the SEC. Well, I'm not sure from the SEC exactly, but they've been under attack from different agencies, different countries, because they're not really showing what their treasury is backed by and how, what is this backed by, right? Is a stable coin. So guess what? The EU is now coming to regulation season. So with them coming into regulation season, guess what's happening, guys? Hold on. Yes, you guessed it. Boom. Tether is being delisted for EU users on January 31st. Yeah, that's right. So it's being delisted. Why is it being delisted? Like I said, they've been under scrutiny for what they've been doing. They've just been minting tokens, right? And they're not giving a final amount or allocation to these tokens, right? So no country or nobody is going to approve of this, right? Because it's basically stealing. If you don't tell us how many tokens you plan to put out, or, have a finite number of tokens, you're just printing forever. You're not going to stop printing. And that's the same as the current fiat situation right now. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, so it's basically the same thing over again, but in the crypto world, right? And so with that being said, the EU says we will have no part of this. So they're banned. So crypto.com is going to delist them on January 31st. And after they delist them, it's actually a process. I think March 31st is where they basically like, yo, it's over with. Here it says here, in line with MICA regulatory requirements, we will suspend the purchase of affected assets on the 31st January 2025. Users holding these tokens will have to wait till the end of Q1 31st of March to convert them to MICA compliant assets. Otherwise, they will be automatically converted to a compliant stablecoin or asset of corresponding market value. So yeah, Q1 March 31st, which is just around the corner. That is not too long from here. So that's pretty wild, man. So be on the lookout for that. But back to this original article. And the reason why I bring this up, because Tether is closely tied to Bitcoin. And every time Tether mints a lot of tokens, right? This random number of tokens they can just keep printing, right? And it don't give anybody any information about their treasury and how and what it's backed by, right? To actually warrant this value, it's been the main kind of like plug to Bitcoin, right? So we can kind of connect them two together and say every time they mint tokens, USDT Tether, right? Every time they mint tokens, it kind of sparks a mini bull market, right? For Bitcoin, right? Everything's kind of connected to Bitcoin, right? That's the reason why we have so many bull markets. It's usually tied to Tether minting all of these tokens, right? So they're doing it again, right? But this time, Coinbase is threatening to delist. Crypto.com is about to delist because they're not falling into regulations. In order for them to fall into regulations, they would have to, you know, be a lot more transparent with their companies and their movements, but they're not. So, with that being said, now we're to this point where regulations are coming into play in the U.S. and the EU, and yeah, they're still doing the same thing, and the spotlight is on them. So that's where we at now. So that's what's pretty much going on in a nutshell with the XRP versus BTC thing. For BTC being closely tied to it, if Tether goes down, BTC is going down. Like the price of BTC is going down, like for sure, no cap. Unless it replaces it with something else, but then even then it's still gonna go down, because they're not gonna boost the market the way that Tether did. Tether is just printing unlimited amount of tokens, you know what I'm saying? So, but with that being said, let's jump into this tweet, finish up this tweet. It says, how many times have we covered Bitcoin being connected to dark money? Tether is the only reason Bitcoin is so expensive. Once it is delisted, Bitcoin will tank in value, and people will dump the coin, which will reduce its value even more. All the info in the world was given to people about how Bitcoin is tied to human and drug trafficking that Binance is currently under investigation for. You pay for your blind ignorance down here. There is never a reward for this, only consequences. Y'all hear that? And he's speaking the truth, but we're going to give it up for that. We're going to give it up for that. That's the truth. It's the truth. Then he says, and the Bitcoin maxes will have no excuse as the purposely ignored all the documentation that was freely published for them to pivot away from Bitcoin. Now they are trying to beg Matt Gaetz to not allow XRP in the U.S. Reserve. Too late, too bad, so sad, save face. Yeah, there you have it, man. So he pretty much put it in the perfect words, man. Put it in perfect words. There you have it. This was a Yahoo Finance article, I think from like a couple weeks ago, kind of being transparent with people with what's going on with Tether, right? It says Coinbase CEO warns Tether may face delisting under new U.S. stablecoin rules requiring full treasury backing. So yeah, man, this it's one of the prerequisites to becoming a reserve currency is that you have to identify what your treasury is backed by as a crypto. Like, and if they're not doing that and they're not compliant, then they're out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm pretty sure it's gonna have a huge impact on Bitcoin and the crypto market as a whole. But you will just see a bunch of shuffling. Really, you'll start seeing the tokens and cryptocurrency shuffle. And in my opinion, what's going to happen is currencies with the most utility are going to gain the most value. Because right now, as far as utility, Bitcoin, really really doesn't have any, right? Just doesn't. Like, I'm just gonna keep it 100. That's why I never really got into it like that. But that's neither here or there. If this happens, it'll be a super shuffle, man. It'll be a super shuffle if they get delisted in the US. Like, it'll be game over, man. Game over. So with that being said, this is pretty much it on this news, this topic. I just wanted to talk about the XRP versus BTC thing going on. Yeah, man, it's a lot. But with that being said, I just think, just to wrap it all up, I just think, man, just continue to do you, man. Don't get caught up in the drama. Don't try to choose sides or nothing like that. Me, I'm not really choosing sides, but I'm gonna give my honest opinion. And of course, I'm always gonna go for XRP all day, but I'm not out here like trying to battle with people. Like, that's not cool. That's not the vibe. It's really kind of weak. So with that being said, that's it for today's XRP news. But with that being said, I got to do the intro for the outro. Yo, 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 it's your boy Awesomeisjayell, aka the biggest music artist in the universe. And we are signing out. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe. Peace.